Guys, it's been a long time coming, but I'm proud to announce that my hands are finally registered with the International Registry of Lethal Hands. This is the only place where your God-given gifts of danger can get the recognition that they truly deserve. Now you might be thinking, why on earth would anybody need to register their hands as lethal? Let me break it down for you. There are those among us whose hands are so downright dangerous, they need to be documented. Registration is a moral responsibility, and it's a vote for the greater good of humanity. The sole mission of the International Registry for Lethal Hands is to catalog the most formidable hands on the planet. So if you know someone, and you even suspect they possess lethal hands, do not hesitate. Register them immediately. And if you've ever looked at your own hands and thought, damn, these dogs are dangerous, don't settle. Go register. Head over to registeryourhands.com, fill out a simple form, and you're official. Remember, use the promo code Chael to save 20%, or just click on the link below. I have a few Hulk Hogan stories, and I need to lead with Hulk has close friends and family, and they are the ones to do a tribute style piece to Hulk. I do not want to mislead and act as though me and Hulk were boys or something like that. But I was a fan, and he had a real life-size poster. And he stood like 6'6", 6'4". He had a life-size poster. So this thing took up my entire wall. Goes all the way up. But then it was a measuring tape. It had the inches in there, and then, 1 foot, and then the inches, and then 2 feet, and then the inches, and 3 feet. So when you were a little kid, you could go stand by it, and you could mark yourself, and how much further do I have to be Hulk size? And, that goes back to, I must have been third grade. So, I'm a fan. But my buddy Justin and I get tickets. Wrestling's in town. And Hulk might have even been working a program with Andre the Giant. We might have seen a dark match. Andre was there and Hulk was there. I remember that clearly. Big deal. House show. Dark matches. What's that term mean? It means you got to be in the house to see the show. It's not televised. So, while you see wrestling on every Monday night, they work that would be 52 Mondays in a year. They work 250. So, hundreds of house shows. You might just find that interesting. My buddy Justin and I go down to Ticketmaster. We're kids. We're 8 and 9 and 11 at the oldest. And we have them show us a schematic of the arena, the way it will be set up for this wrestling, because what we want to know is the aisle they're going to walk down. We want tickets on that aisle so that we can reach over and touch them. At any rate, I miss Hulk as he's going in, but my buddy Justin gets him. So we're like looking at his hand. He's like showing me the hand, and Hulk had a little oil and sweat, so he's got like a shiny hand. I was, oh my God, I missed him. I can't believe it. So on his way back, I got him. He's right there. I missed him. On the way in, when I say I missed him, I didn't reach or I couldn't get to position. My buddy Justin got there and got his hand through. As he's returning after the match, he's right there. It'd be like doing a high five and getting an air ball. When have you ever done that? You'd have to be wildly uncoordinated. I missed him. And I remember being so disappointed. All right, fast forward. That's 11-year-old Chael. Fast forward to December of last year, Colby. Colby brings Hulk in for the walkout. Colby's going to fight in Florida. He lines this up. Hulkster's going to walk him. Colby's going to rip the shirt off. Colby's going to come out to Real America. It was cool, man. The UFC was so into this. This was a very exciting thing. I remember Brendan Fitzgerald the day before doing a pre-show saying, I can't tell you it's a surprise, but you are not going to want to miss Colby Covington's walkout. So Hulk comes in the locker room, and Colby's knee-deep in this thing. He is in the zone. He's wrapped. He's already done some of his warm-up when Hulk gets to the locker room. So Colby tells him, says, all right, when the camera comes on, I want you up front with the American flag. Your music's going to hit. You lead us. Follow you to the ring. And Hulk said, I appreciate it, but you're going too far. He said, it's your night. I'm here to back you up. I stand behind you. You're out front. And that was all that he said. But I just thought that was very impressive leadership. That struck me in the moment. I'm observing this happen, and it struck me in the moment. Wrestling and egos and how you play it and how you make sure that you are the one out front and you are getting the camera time. This is what you have to do in wrestling to succeed. Hulk succeeded higher than anybody else, which means he's better doing this than anybody else. And he quickly and without thought to him said, no, man, I'm here for you. It was just an interesting thing. I thought it was a very cool, I thought it was very good leadership. I was impressed by that. Okay. And I got to tell you, he was great in the locker room. He did not talk to or bother Colby. He asked permission, came up to Colby's team and said, hey, can I talk to him? We said, yes, of course. He would love that. And Hulk gave him a talk, and it was very small, and it was very to the point. It was just a cool thing. It was just a cool thing to do. Fast forward to yesterday. I'm in Las Vegas. Now, let me actually take you back to the night before yesterday. So let me take you to Wednesday night. I'm headed to Las Vegas to work with Real American Freestyle. And this is Hulk Hogan's organization. Chad and Hogan, and I know Izzy's involvement, and Eric Bischoff. You probably heard about this. You've seen them doing the media. But anyway, I'm going out for that. This is a paid appearance. It's a job. And I thought Hulk was going to be there. So the night before, whether he was supposed to be there or not, I'm sure, I thought that he was going to be there. So the night before, that's the day that I fly in. Wednesday, that's the day that I fly in. Before I ever get on the airplane, I get word. And the exact quote, this is very strong language, but the exact quote is, Hulk's in the hospital and he's not getting out. And I get this from Joel. Well, Joel got it from Bubba the Love Sponge, who used to represent himself as Hulk Hogan's best friend. And I guess Bubba did a show, and Bubba said that. It was not friendly. Hey, Hulk is not getting out of this one. We are going to lose the Hulkster. He is in the hospital now. He will not be walking out, ever. These are the words that he used. So, at the same time that I'm getting this information, I'm getting text message from Bischoff. And Bischoff did not mention anything like this. He was talking about, hey, you're going to get here tomorrow, and you're going to report to the lobby at this time, and we're going to go have lunch over here, and Bubba's going to... He's just laying out, very matter of fact, what the itinerary is. But it's relevant for me that I'm at the airport. Like, this would have been the time to say, hey, this is off. So, when that didn't happen, I dismissed the information that Joel gave me. And I did my little research, which means what, guys? I went to TMZ Sports, one of my great sources of information, but also one of the most accurate places to get information is TMZ. I can't remember what time that they got it wrong. At any rate, it's not on there. And all I've got is that Joel said it and Joel got it from Bubba. It's not anywhere. I can't find this anywhere. So in the world of wrestling, right, you never know what to believe. You never know what's an angle. You never know when you're being marked. You never know when there's a performance going on. And even in something as serious as this, it goes through your mind. Listen, guys, the night Owen Hart fell, the viewing audience believed it was a wrestling angle. When they informed us that Owen had lost his life, wow, they're really going all in on this angle. So it's kind of a piece of the psychology, right? You can see where very important to know this is one of those spots. So, all right, I get out to Vegas. And I get up in the morning. My son came with me. My son's an early riser. He gets up about 5:45. Now I got to hit the snooze button. About 6:30, we're finally up and going. And it comes right across the news. Hulk Hogan has died. So I get to the event, the actual event that we're doing, and Bubba's there, and Bischoff's there, and his crew is there, and people that knew Hogan. I mean, Bischoff's his partner, not to mention one of his best friends. So Bischoff's got to try to hold it together, but his phone won't quit lighting up. And everybody's wanting something. They're wanting information. They're wanting to console him. They're wanting to check in on him. Media sources are reaching out. They would like him to come on and give a tribute to Hulk, which of course he is willing to do. But it's one of these things where he's pulled in 100 different directions. And it made for it was tough. It was very tough. It was very tough to see the emotions on Bischoff's face as he's trying to compartmentalize, and we're trying to get this Real American Freestyle together. There's a crew there. Nobody knew how to behave. And I've just seen some things come out on Hulk, and they were overwhelmingly positive, but they weren't 100%. And that surprised me. It surprised me that they weren't 100%. The old expression, if you don't have something nice to say nothing at all. And that very much applies hours removed from somebody passing. And I'm going to leave his name out of it, but somebody that I deem to be a very objective, smart guy said, Chael, there's a difference in Hulk Hogan the performer and Hulk Hogan the man. And when those lines get blurred so much, which is what the great old school wrestlers do, and there was no one better at it than Hulk. So when those lines get blurred, it gets very confusing to the ears that are hearing it. So he told me, he said, when you speak on Hulk Hogan, and you give him praise, and you talk about how wonderful he was, and you talk about how meaningful he was, and even how inspirational throughout your life he was, make sure that you tell the audience you're speaking about Hulk Hogan, the wrestler. And he said, leave it to somebody else to speak about Hulk Hogan, the man. So that's what I'm going to do. And when I speak about Chael, I'm Chael the fan. My perspective, while people say he wasn't perfect, he was close to perfect with me.